we've heard from players throughout this offseason when talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. We've heard from a lot of players throughout this offseason. We've seen the press conferences. We heard from guys like Jordan Davis, the other newcomers like Nakobe Dean. James Bradbury addressed the media yesterday where he talked about how this scheme, like the report was out there from Josina Anderson saying that James Bradbury wanted to come to Philadelphia because he liked their scheme. He actually said that out loud into microphones yesterday. He liked the scheme. And it leaves us all thinking, what kind of scheme are we going to see in Philadelphia with Johnathan Gannon and all these different pieces to the puzzle? So I'm actually watching Johnathan Gannon's press conference yesterday. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, someone's going to ask him about all these new additions, right? Like they've asked him about Nakobe Dean. At that point, they asked him about James Bradbury. They asked him about all the cornerbacks that are in the room. And he's talking about how in love he is with all the competition that are going to be on the defensive side of the ball for the Eagles and him and whatever his scheme is going to be. But I think the main question, the number one question on people's mind was from the great Les Bowen, ladies and gentlemen. And Les laid it out like this. Hey, man, you got all these new toys. You got all these new guys to help your scheme. Can fans expect something better than what they saw last year? That question's a ball on its. If I'm Johnathan Gannon, that question is a ball on the tee. And I got a driver I'm looking to break in, man. And I'm lining that up. Oh, Les stops asking the question. Okay. And 300 yards down the middle of the fairway. If I'm Johnathan Gannon and you're asking me about can fans expect something different with this defense? Like, I don't know, maybe be more aggressive. Did not having players like this last year limit your scheme? Can we expect to see, is it fair to say we can expect to see something different? Here's how Johnathan Gannon answered that question. Because to me, I don't think it was 300 yards down the middle of the fairway.
Is it fair to say that fans will see more of what you want to do defensively rather than what you had to do, given to make up for some things that weren't what you wanted?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, we did what we wanted to do last year. I think hopefully what the fans see is us executing at a little higher level when we need to. And always, that's what I'm always concerned about. My number one, concern or goal is to make sure that we're playing good enough on defense to keep us in games, and play good football to help our team win. So that's, you guys know I'm not big on stats, but got to the playoffs, lost in the first round. I don't have a great taste in my mouth because we want to do more than that. So that's one of the things in the back of my mind. Let's take the next step. So how do we do that is consistency.
As I was saying, not really a big drive down the middle of the fairway there. All we want to hear is aggressive. That's all we want to hear. Jordan Davis, he called him a big, nasty, violent man. Okay, great. And he can win one-on-ones. Wonderful. Let's hear how he's going to get after the quarterback more. He touched on it, he didn't get into it. All we want to hear as fans is that we're going to see you be more aggressive because you can afford to be more aggressive now. You can be more aggressive with your defensive line. Maybe do the thing Fletcher Cox likes to do, which is get after the quarterback. Maybe unleash the beast when it comes to Fletcher Cox. Maybe that. Hassan Reddick, get after the quarterback. All we want to hear is aggressive. The last thing we want to hear is passive. That's what we want to hear as Eagles fans. And I thought Les Bowen put that question on a nice little tee for him. And Les was sitting there, and he's like, all right, I'm going to get a great quote here. I'm going to get a great quote because all the fans are going to love this. Here we go. What can we expect to see? It's going to be different, right? Well, I wouldn't say that. Thank you. Thanks. I wouldn't say that. Why wouldn't you?